Moving to our Browns, interceptions, turnovers, and injuries. Just some of the problems plaguing our Browns as they suffer yet another embarrassing loss. This one to the Chiefs.
Yeah, normally the Chiefs play really close games and they win at the end, but they didn't even need that yesterday. And we can always count on our Mike-Polk-Jr. to help us sort of process all that we are feeling the day after these losses. He has tonight's top talker.
Look, guys, let's be candid. It's very grim. With any luck, you didn't watch yesterday's Browns game because you were hiking in the Metroparks with your family or playing with some dogs or really anything else. But just to summarize, they turned over the ball 6 times, Nick Chubb broke his foot, we benched our backup QB for throwing too many interceptions to bring in our third-string QB, who immediately threw an interception. Those guys are only playing due to another season-ending injury sustained by our problematic, underperforming franchise quarterback, who is still under contract to linger around for the next couple of years, haunting the Berea facility like a $230 million Phantom of the Opera. One could argue that this is indeed the bleakest point in Browns fan history. Sure, there was the 0-16 season, that was unpleasant, but it didn't feel like this. Heck, we even threw a parade. Back then, we weren't in salary cap hell. Back then, the country still empathized with our plight. We were the lovable underdog fan base rather than the morally compromised franchise that lost its way. Back then, the Haslam regime was also still relatively new, so they deserved our patience. As you might recall, we were actually pretty good last year. This year, not as much, but it's thinking about next year that really bums us out. I've spent my entire life as an irrational Browns optimist. At one point, I think I actually said the phrase, Derek Anderson could be our Joe Montana. But even my delusional cupboard is bare right now. The Browns currently don't have the money to overpay established players or the scouting ability to magically address their many needs in the draft, so it's hard to conceive of any moves that could be made or circumstances that could occur outside of dumb luck or providence that would help turn this team around by next year. And that's the dark thought. Browns fans are notoriously optimistic. The fact that even we can't think of a way to pretend that we might be good next year illustrates just how rock bottom this moment feels. That said, even if they can't put a good product on the field, I do believe there are a couple of ways that Browns ownership could immediately improve their standing with the fan base to help ensure that when the team does eventually end up being competitive again, the stands will still have some people in them. Number 1, make an immediate announcement that no matter how or where it takes place, the Browns and the Haslam Group will be paying for the entire stadium project themselves without assistance from taxpayers. I know it might sound horrifying to you, Mr. Haslam, the very idea of subsidizing the infrastructure of your own enormously profitable business, but I think that you'd be shocked at how much goodwill it would earn for you. I'm talking all is forgiven, attaboy Jimmy, maybe Johnny Manziel wasn't such a bad pick after all levels of goodwill, and it's yours for the taking. And number 2, appropriately enough, end the promotion with dude wipes. Look, nothing against dude wipes or disposable wipe products as a whole, although in fairness, the Northeast Ohio Sewer District is not a fan and we respect their authority. But regardless, if you own what is largely considered to be one of the crappiest franchises in pro sports, extremely common sense would suggest that partnering with a men's wipe company would not be prudent. I mean, what possible reason could you have to put your team and your fan base in a situation where... Oh, right. Oh, well. This season's been in the commode for months now. Just 3 more weeks of circling the bowl. Hang in there, Browns fans, and go Cavs.
Oh, my goodness.